Hello guys, it's NeonLD2 here, and today I'm going to be doing a review about this $14.86 controller. So this controller is pretty much one of the greatest controllers I found on Amazon, and was Amazon's choice. And what this controller does is that it can light up. It has a turbo function, 3 functions based on the rumble choice of your Nintendo Switch. And pretty much how to turn it on, you head to the controllers of gripping and changing order. You change order, then you go straight to the controller, and what you do is that you press onto this button right here. Once you press and hold it, it pairs the controller. And you have to do this every single time if you want to pair the controller. Something I find great about this controller compared to the other controller is that obviously once you buy it, it has no drift. But the controllers are quite similar and different at the same time. So pretty much this controller, as it can focus, you can see what makes up the controller. You don't have to take everything apart and look for yourself, you'll just see it normally. So you'll be able to know exactly where the motherboard is, where all the other parts of the controller is, and possibly be able to put things back together if anything were to go wrong with the controller, and you'd see immediately what's wrong. Another thing I find useful with this controller is that this button right here turns the controller to light up. And obviously, this parts right here are the rumble feature. It can light up blue, red, green, yellow, cyan, orange, purple, pink, and all the colors. And in order to turn it off, this is what some people don't get in the Amazon reviews. How to turn off is that you double tap very fast, and then it turns off automatically just like that. The turbo function is used in shooting games. It's usually supposed to make the speeds of the MS quite fast. I haven't tried it yet, but it is very useful if you want to aim your shots and diligently gain more of a chance at winning or defeating your opponent. All in all, what I believe this controller is a lot more advanced and a lot more cheap than the original Nintendo Switch controller. And also another difference is that the controller is quite light compared to the heavyweight version of the controller. So it'd be easier to handle when you're on your shooting games like Fortnite or any other game compared to shooting. All in all as well, it's useful for if you were to go on night gaming or anything like that. There was a sale that was for $14.86 and I bought it as immediately as possible. Without the sale, it's $24.99, but it's handy and all that. But you'd have to worry about the tax numbers, but it all in all, it's a lot cheaper than the Nintendo Switch controller. Glows up, the Nintendo Switch controller doesn't. Has a turbo function, the Nintendo Switch controller doesn't. a lot more versatile than the Nintendo Switch controller. The only other difference that I'd conclude and say that, oh hey, maybe I don't like this about this specific Nintendo Switch controller is that when you do L and R on the Nintendo Switch controller, if you were to do L or R, it would immediately pair up. The only situation with this is that if you were to do L and R pairing up here, it wouldn't pair up at all, and you'd have to do pairing up the original old-fashioned way. Other than that, if I were to say which controller is better, I would most definitely choose this controller rather than the Nintendo controller. You can buy this again at Amazon. Just search up gaming controller and that glows and such, and you'll find this controller. I highly recommend it, and have a fantastic day. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on my next video.